So now we're coming to the second, to the mountain trips, which is to Ladakh. And why we want to do these tours to Ladakh are basically to highlight the fact that the climate change and the kind of pressures, development pressures, and tourism pressure that is happening in Ladakh is breaking away the fabric, the traditional fabric that used to hold Ladakh and its values. And you can see modernity coming in really, really quickly. So I'm just going to take you through this slideshow of two tours that we're going to do to Ladakh, which is first one is from 1st to 7th, which Khushboo is going to lead, and then the second one is from the 8th to the 13th, also being led by Khushboo. The first one is to Hemis Shukpachen, which is a snow leopard conservancy after Ule, and it's one of the prettiest little villages in that area, which still has a lot of ethnicity, a lot of architectural, great architectural component to it. People still live in their traditional attire and all of that, whereas Leh itself has become more modern, and you can see people wearing, modern attire and all of that. So everybody wanted to go to Ladakh for what it was. Yeah, it's fast changing. It's the landscape is changing, and the architectural values are changing, and the lifestyle is changing. People are moving into more modern ways of life, whereas the last generation is not changing so fast in remote areas. And Himesh Shukpachen is one such area where you will be able to photograph, everything around in its ethnicity, if I may use that word. And so here I'm just showing you some photos. These are marmots which are basking in the sun, and you can see the sun rays. They've got rainbow effect. And then these are shepherds around the place. And then we've got these collection of Oriole, ibex, and sort of horns, in a local village in Ule. This is what I want to show you. You look at the building at the back, which is a traditional building. And it's not very well kept, because it does take a lot of effort and money and time for people to maintain these buildings. And on the left hand side, you see this glass metal thing which has just come up in the compound. And this is one of the homesteads we were going to stay. So in Hemishukpachen. So you see the modernization already creeping in, and it's taking away the essence of this beautiful building which is right at the back. So go ahead and photograph all this, document all of this before it starts to go away in the next 20, 30, 40 years. So record all this on your camera, and let's keep some traditions alive somewhere, So this is the interiors of the homestay where you're going to be staying in Hemishukpachen. Traditional carpets, traditional woodwork, and then you'll be sitting here and you'll be served Ladakhi food, which is so awesome and so nutritious. Again, another old building in Hemishukpachen, which is more like it's a school, I think. And while Khushboo is there leading a trip, she'll be talking to you about the value systems and about how I'll let her talk about it after this. So she's standing right here. Hi, Khushboo.
Hi, hi,
Just
hi.
yeah, you want to tell people what you're going to be doing there? Yeah.
Um, Hello, everybody. Ladakh is a place for photography. It's like a photographer's paradise. So
Mm.
we'd be trying different. This tour is specially designed for us for you all to maximize the photography opportunities and actually capture the real essence of it. So the culture, the landscapes, the beautiful monasteries, the Buddha statues, and all that. It is like a delight it's like a treat to the eyes, and capturing the real essence of it, and capturing the unique wildlife which we have there, and the culture, the traditions that have been kept alive for almost a millennium. So that is something which we'll be taking back after the tour. So yes.
So wonderful. And then, what will you be teaching them in
So
terms
we
of photography
there are
and
different aspects of photography, because Ladakh is a place where we have abundance. We have the portraits, we have landscapes, we have night skies, the beautiful starry skies. We have the what do you say, the silhouette, the chances of the silhouette making beautiful silhouettes is very high over there. And we'll be doing different aspects of photography over there. So the wildlife especially, the combining it with the beautiful landscapes, and the uniqueness of the wildlife, the monasteries, the monks over there with, dressed in colorful attires, the traditional attires.
you may also have the chance to locate a snow leopard
Oh yes,
in
yes,
April, and then you
yes,
can see it. Yeah. And this place is very good for you, Uriels also. And then you'll also be in a second trip. We
yes.
will be covering Nubra and Pangong So. So you'd be able to see, if you want to take a longer tour with Khushboo,
Mhm.
then you'd be able to see Nubra Valley, via Khardungla, which is the highest motorable pass, and then go into Nubra Valley, spend time there, and then look at Bactrian camels, and then move your way to, move yourself to back to Ladakh via Pangong So. And Pangong So is one of the prettiest lakes up in Ladakh. He has Gaurav, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Khushboo. Thanks for explaining everything.
Yeah.
Actually, I just have two small questions. One is, what would the weather be like in April?
Okay.
And sorry, the second one is, so I mean, this sounds really interesting, but I have a very basic SLR. I don't have very fancy or very expensive equipment. Is it still fine for me to join the trip or anything?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Coming to your first question, which is the weather in the month of April, it will be very pleasing weather. We'll have good sunlight over there and clear skies, and the it's not the extreme winter, so we'll be having the best of the times, enjoying the climate over there. Coming to your second question, the basic equipments is the basic equipment. It's not about the equipment which you should be bothered about. It's about how you can use the techniques from that particular equipment and make the best out of it. So that is something which I'll be there and I'll be guiding you on the equipments, because the basic equipments, if you see, you will have the wide angle, which is very much necessary in the Ladakh landscape, which we'll be using there a lot. And it's basically the technique which we'll be taking on and getting the best images from any equipment, be it your basic DSLR or the high end. So understanding the light, the techniques is the major key to this photo tour.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So also, friends, what we want to do is we want to come back and use your photos. You should use your photos to talk about, how people can be eco-tourists. What can we learn from this ancient wisdom that lies there with people, with in the monasteries, everywhere else, and how slow can we, tread in this landscape? How beautifully we can make those relationships with the local people, how everlasting impact we can have on our lives and on their lives of our being there. So these are those little things that we need to answer as we go along, which is why this tour is there, that we want to talk about being absolutely responsible when we are there. We of course, goes without saying that we'll be eco-friendly to the highest nature. We want to count our plastic bags and bring all that back that we're taking from here.
Yes,
So,
we definitely taking care of all the ethics while photographing
yeah,
the nature,
yeah,
the
yeah,
wildlife, and the people there.
yeah,
So that is
exactly.
something very key, which will be following there very strictly and doing it
Yeah.
responsibly.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, if you want to still ask question and be in touch with Khushboo Jain, then that's no problem. Just let me know, let us know, and then we'll arrange a call, or you can call Khushboo directly. There is no problem with that. We'll share the numbers also.